Can you mute please someone? Okay, thank you. So let's move on to class. So last class we had discussed about so what are DevOps tools? What are the DevOps tools? And so mostly which are tools we are going to learn. And last class we seen, right? And also just we seen there is some environments. What is development and environment? What is testing environment? So those and all we'll see today class. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so if we come to real time, so now we know, so as a DevOps engineer, what is your role? So what is your role? So first we'll see Warli and let's move on to what is DevOps and all we'll see. If we come to real time, so what is happening in real time and what is developer duty, what is tester duty? As a DevOps engineer, what is your duty? So if you come to real time, so this is a new joiners, just try to understand. So this is the repository. This is the repository. Simply we are calling a central repository, and so many people, right? So developers, so testers, so everyone working parallelly this particular repository. So this particular repository. So one guy is developer. Just assume. So these two are developers, and I am the DevOps engineer. These two are the developers, or these are the test engineers. He is also test engineers, and I am the DevOps engineer. What these people will do? Notice. So developer one and so developer two. So these are the real time. In real time, we can see these many peoples. Tester one and so right. Tester two. Just assume I am the DevOps engineer. So if you come to here, I am the DevOps engineer. So DevOps engineer or admin, whatever. Based on that depends on company, the project. We are calling DevOps engineer. Now this is the central repository. So as of now, you don't know, right? Just assume. So this is my just assume ABC project. Central is nothing but we are maintaining your source code, right? So these people they are developing some code. These people they are developing some code where we have to maintain this all developer code and all. These are the testers. I am the DevOps engineer. These two are the developers. Every day they are returning some classes. They are developing some piece of code. So for that, in real time, we are maintaining one repository. So this is the central repository. Just assume this is Bitbucket or anything, GitHub or Bitbucket. So GitHub or Bitbucket or TFS, whatever it may be. All are same purpose only. All are same purpose only. All are same purpose only. So this is for one common location. This is for common location for the developers for everyone. In real time, we are using one repository. So that repository might be Git. Yesterday we seen, right? So repositories. So we can use a GitHub. So we can use a GitHub or we can use a Bitbucket or we can use a TFS. Dotted people mostly they are using TFS, Team Foundation Server, or we can use SVN or so CSV. There is many tools available in market and depends on project requirement. Anyway, we are going to select one repository. So for the time being, just understanding. So central repository is nothing but this is the one location, common location for everyone to keep your source code. To keep your source code. That is nothing but your project code. So your normal terminology. So in technical words, we are calling source code. Source code SC. Source code SRC. Simply we are calling so SRC source code. This is your project code. If you want to understand, this is your project code. That's it. Don't think beyond. So this is your project code. So this is the one place. This is the one common place. This is the one common location to maintain your source code. We'll see what is, suppose if you don't have central repository, what is the drawback and all. We'll see later. We'll see later. Now got it, guys? So now these are the developers and the testers and the DevOps engineers. So once they develop the code, and we have to move some environment, right? Just if you come to here, just assume this is the one environment, development environment, and this is the testing environment, and this is the staging environment, and this is the production environment. Just assume whatever it may be, this is the production. Now see here, now code comes to here, and so this, now just assume, so this is the source, this is the central repository, and this is the development environment. Right, last class also we discussed develop. If we come to real time, there is many environments we are maintaining. One is developing environment. This is the test environment, and so this is the stage or pre-production stage env, and so this is the production zero error code. Production is nothing but live code. This is the production is nothing but live code. Now, so developer implements some classes, and so where we want to deploy, so they push code to central repository. This is the one storage, this is one place to keep your source code and all. That's it. We will see later how it will work, what are the repositories available, and how to set up and all. We will see later. Now this is my source code, this is my project code, and developers daily they are working. So here there is two types of mechanism. One is push and pull mechanism. So push means local to central, and push means local to central. Pull means central to local. That's it. So we'll see later. This is the push. So this is the push. Push is nothing but local to central. So I developed something. This is the push. So I modified some class. And if you want to push central, we are using push command. And already some new updates coming to my central repository. Suppose if you want to update, so whatever changes or new changes available here, if you want to update local machine, so these are the pull. We'll see later this and all. You don't worry. And so coming to here, this is the pull. Now this is the central, right? So this is nothing but local. This is the local workspace or local repository. So this all every developer have one laptop or desktop, right? So every developer or every tester or DevOps engineer, everyone. So they have one laptop or they have one desktop. So this is nothing but a local workspace. This is nothing but a local workspace. This is nothing but a local workspace. Local workspace, and this is the central workspace, or this is the local workspace or local repository. Both are same only. So this is the local repository. This is nothing but a local repository, and this is the central repository. Clear, guys? So anyone any doubt here? So this is the local repository, and this is the central repository. And the developers they are keep on developing code in our laptop or in our desktop. Once the development is done, these developer or these testers or whoever maybe I also modify some local files, right? We are pushing files to local to central repository. So local to central repository. Once you push code here, and I want to deploy this code into one environment, that is development environment. So this is the development. Now, so here we are using some tools and all. Here we are using some tools and all. We'll see later. Just assume here I am using Jenkins tool. CI/CD tool. I am using continuous integration, comma continuous deployment tool. So I am using Jenkins, and with the help of Jenkins, and automatically I am going to deploy this whatever changes available here. That I code I am going to deploy here testing a development environment. SRC. So who will take care this? As a developer, they don't have any access. So they can develop the classes. They can update class, right? They can implement source code and all. Source code and all. And so now we want to deploy this code, whatever developer developed. Who will deploy this environment? So as a developers, they don't have any access. For developers and all, they are giving only some access. that is write access or read access something. So as a tester, so as a tester, so as a tester, and they will give only based on test read access. So these people they are providing read access. They can't do anything. So they are providing some access level. Just assume for these people they given read access. Testers, right? Testers means they are testing the functionality. Read access. This is the read access. For developers and all, they given some write access or some modification. They can do some modifications and all. These developers perspective, they added some write access and read and write access. So read and write access. Now, who will take care? Now, developer develop the code. Testers will test the functionality. Now, developer develop the some code, piece of code. Now, I want to deploy this code to one environment, development environment. Who will take care? As a DevOps engineer, you are the admin. You are the one. You are the admin. You are the responsibility. Now, as a DevOps engineer, you have all environment access. You have development environment access. You have test environment access. You have stage environment. See here, as a develop development, test environment, stage, and also production. Not only this, these are the main environments. So for the time being, just remember, just these are the technical words, right? So we need to understand. So as a DevOps engineer, you are the responsible. You have the admin to all these environments. Now got it, guys? Now, as a DevOps engineer, so I deployed with the help of Jenkins, I deployed code this development environment. Okay, now here build is success. Your build is success. So your build is success. Everything working fine. Now same code for testing purpose. I want to move this code to testing environment. Here don't think this is also one server, guys. This is also one server. This is development server. So testing purpose we are maintaining one server real time. This is also one server. This is the testing environment server. So this is the staging environment server. And this is the production. This is the live. This is also one instance, one server. Here also we are maintaining one server. Don't think. So don't confuse here. So all are the one servers only. Now this is the one development environment server. Now I deployed whatever developer developed the code. I deployed this code here. And if you want to deploy here, so directly you won't copy and paste into here. That is old. But nowadays we are following some approval process and all. If you want to deploy any new code or if you want to deploy any piece of code, any other environment, we have to follow some approval process. So we'll see what is what approval process and all. Approval process and all. So blindly don't copy and paste in this environment. Don't like this. Now anyway, as a DevOps engineer, I deployed whatever developer developed the code. I deployed development environment. Here everything working fine. Now I want to move this code to testing environment. Who are the owner? So for developers they don't have access. For testers they don't have access. They want to check the functionality. That's it. Now as a DevOps engineer, we have all environment access. Now see here. Now I'm going to move this same code, same piece of code. I move on to also testing environment. Now what we will do? Now testers will test your project. So now testers will test your project. Now see here. Now these people, these are the testers. Just assume testers. Testers will check the project functionality, everything. Now, okay. So now they will give they will give UAT approval also. UAT approval means user acceptance test. These are the terminology. UAT approval. So approval means so developer develop the code and whether that code is working fine or not. Who will test it? Who will test he in this scenario? So developer develop the code. Now that code is properly working or not. Who will test the code? Who will test? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now developer the develop the code. I move this code to development environment and I same code I move on to testing environment. Who will test the code in real time? So many people working parallel, right? There is a testers. These are also employees. They will test the project functionality. Now got it, guys? Anyone any doubt here? This is very simple only. So developer develop the some project, or daily they are developing, they are writing some Java classes, or they are writing some .NET classes, or they are writing some Salesforce. Yeah, based on depends on technology. Now that code is working or not. Who will decide?
Tester.
Testers. So these are the real time scenario. Okay, you need to understand, we need to digest. These are the new terminology. Anyway, slowly we can understand. So this is very simple. So developer develop the code. Once the development is done, and so that code as a DevOps engineer, you moved development environment, you moved same code testing environment. Now here also testers will come. In this scenario, testers will come. The testers will check the entire project, and so what are the new changes they modified, new enhancement they added, and those functionality and all they will check, and everything working fine, they will give a UAT approval. This is nothing but user acceptance test. This is nothing but user acceptance test. Okay, testers also they give green signal. Now I want to move this same code to staging environment. Who will move? They don't have any access. You are the admin, right? So you are the taking part. So now same source code and all, I move on to staging environment. So staging is nothing but this is a pre-production. So pre-production, and here also everything working fine. And finally we are move on to so production environment. So production is nothing but here so zero error code. So here is nothing but zero error code. So now same thing I move on to. So this is the staging environment. Here everything working fine. And so now same thing. Now same thing I move on to production environment. This is the live. This is the live. This is nothing but production is nothing but a live code. Now see here live. So here end users customers are using our application. End users are customers using our application. So in real time, so these are the process. This is the high level process how it will work. So this is the high level process. What is happening? So as a DevOps engineer, what is your role? I hope now you got some idea, right? Clear, guys? Anyone any doubt here? Now this is one activity. This is the one activity. So like this, so as a DevOps engineer, we are going to do something. Okay. So next 2 months, we are going to learn those activities. What we are going to do. Now developers, they don't have any access. Developers, we are giving some access level based on that role, based on that designation for testers. But DevOps engineer means, so this is depends on project. So sometimes you are admin, sometimes you are deployment engineer, release engineer, different way. But all environments, who is handling here? Who is going to handle all these environments? Developer, tester, or DevOps engineer?
DevOps engineer.
DevOps engineer. So as a DevOps engineer, you are the owner. So DevOps engineer, they have all environment access. So like you are acting as like admin, you have all environment access. Now what they want? So daily what I am doing, right? So daily testers they will send one email. So for example, in this test sandbox, so there is one version is running. Just assume this is the V1. Version 1 is running. For testing purpose, we have another environment, and so they want some older version, or they want some newer version. So they want to check some functionality. So who will deploy that specific version? So developer they don't know. First they don't know. They don't have access also. So as a DevOps engineer, and you are what they want. So we are picking from that particular version, and we are going to deploy that expected environment. So these are the real-time activities. Daily we are following these are the activities. Daily we are doing these are the activities. And also we are going to write some small automation part also automatically how we are going to. So we can do these all these steps we can implement via manual process also, manually, manual process. And same thing we can also automate also. We can automate, this all steps. So how, see, this is a repository. From repository I want to deploy my code development environment. For development 2 I want to move same code testing environment. Once the testing is done, same code I want to move. So we want to move, so see here, some stage environment. From stage to we want to move some production environment. So we can do two ways, manual also we can do, and also we can implement some automation process. So how we can implement automation process? In Jenkins mostly we are writing some Groovy scripting. This is very simple only. So Groovy scripting, and also we can write some shell scripting, or also we can write some YAML scripting. This is a
Sir, I have,
this is depends on project only.
sir,
So this is
uh,
depends on project only. Anyone any doubt here?
sir, can you please explain what is the stage environment?
These are different one environment. Now if we come to here, now this is for example if we take any website, for example I am taking HDFC, right?
Okay,
HDFC. So net banking, already you know, everyone know how to log in and all. So this is the one environment. What is this environment? I am the customer, I am using this URL. Which environment this is? Development environment, testing environment, or staging environment, or production as of now, based on
okay,
your
sir.
knowledge. Now you
Production.
know, yes sir, this is the production. This is the customers using, right? This is the production environment.
Yes.
Zero error code, everyone using. Now, so next day, and they updated some functionality, they updated some scenario, the UI level they changed something. Okay,
Okay.
so where they updating those, that code and all that implementation, for example they want to add one field. So here they want to add here itself, they want to add some security code or OTP. Once you enter, once if you click on once if you enter your customer ID, once I click on the continue button, so they want to give one more field, that is their requirement.
Okay.
So directly they will implement here, or how they can implement. This is a production, right? End users are using, they won't touch. Okay,
Okay.
so for this, first they are developing here. This is the one environment. Same, this is also one server. Actually, this is
Okay.
running one server.
Okay.
Okay, somewhere, that is anyway, that is running somewhere. Now we can able to access this server, right? This is the live. This is a production environment. This is the one environment. So before move on before move on any new code and all, directly they won't deploy here. Directly they won't deploy here. So what, first they will develop the code here, development environment. First for example they added one field. So OTP verification, just assume. So OTP verification field, one text box they want to add. So okay, this developer implement the code. First I am going to deploy the development environment. This is also one server for testing purpose. Okay, so they deployed everything working fine in this environment. And so now the testers will test the functionality. So now this is the OTP only, right? So they are testing different ways. OTP means only number, or only special character, or only mixed character, you know, right? We can pass different scenario, right? Now got it?
Yes, sir.
So OTP means mostly we are getting so number format, correct? So
Yes.
for example Aadhaar field they added extra one field, they added somewhere any registration form and all. So that Aadhaar means, what is this Aadhaar field? Number format or characters or special characters, what is, you know, right? Aadhaar means 12 digit number, correct? So if I give less than 12 digit number, so it won't accept. We need to give some error message. Suppose by mistake if I pass more than 12 digit number, it is saying hey, please enter only 12 digit number. By mistake in between I enter any special character, hey, don't allow special character, these are the error message, validation, right?
Yes.
So who will test this validation and all? Testing environment. So now if I move this code to testing environment, this is also one server. These testers will, they will check different scenario. So they will first they will give only number, 12 digit number, whether it will accept or not. Okay, it is accepting. Next they will give wrong scenario. Okay, in between they are adding extra one character. That is valid or not? Not valid.
Not
We
valid.
need to we need to show error message. By mistake, customers enter any special character or any extra character in between. So it is showing like please enter only number. By mistake, for example, this is my Aadhaar number. I am passing. By mistake, in between I added some character. Is it valid or not? This is not valid. We need to show error message. Hey, this is not valid. Please check. Please enter correct Aadhaar number. Now, okay, you realize, oh, something we missed. Now we can check it, right? For example, in between, I typed some special character. Unfortunately, okay, I typed some special character. So, is it valid or not? Not valid. Now, testers will give like different input whether that field is properly working or not. Now, got it?
Yes.
So, this is also one environment. This is also one environment. Now, here also everything working fine. This is the pre-production. Pre-production means before move on to this one field production environment, we have to test different scenario, different environments. But all are environments only. But this is the live end users accessing only this environment. If you want to move any piece of code here, so these are the steps, these are the flow in real time we are following. Now got it?
Yes.
So
After
if it is
testing.
for example here it is not working, so the testers validate it. So the testers identify some issues. Hey, if I enter some special character in between other number, it is accepting. Now it is valid or not? This is not working properly. The testers will send one email. Hey, so they are sending to developer. Hey, I enter some special character in between, so it is accepting. So now please, this is some issue. So this is a problem. Please check it again. We'll send one email. What? Again the code comes to developer face. The developer will check. So they are giving some conditions, right? Again the developers check that conditions. Again update the code. Again we are move on to development stage. Again we are move on to testing stage. Now got it?
Yes, sir.
So
What is
these
done
are
in stage environment, sir? What is the process done in
stage is
stage
also,
environment?
that is also one. Before move on to production, we are
Production.
testing
Okay.
one more environment. This is
Okay.
stage.
Okay. Okay.
సో ఇప్పుడు ఇది వచ్చే డెవలప్మెంట్ ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్, ఇది వచ్చే టెస్టింగ్, దిస్ ఈస్
Okay.
స్టేజింగ్. అండ్ ఐ లైక్ దిస్
Okay.
డిఫరెంట్, నాట్ ఓన్లీ దిస్, ఇన్ రియల్ టైమ్ వీఆర్ మెయింటైనింగ్ డిఫరెంట్ ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్స్. బట్
Okay.
ఫర్ యువర్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ గివన్ ఐ గివన్ ఓన్లీ 3.
Okay.
ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఒక్కొక్క సర్వర్లే, అన్నిట్లో
Okay.
సేమ్ కోడే ఉంటుంది. బట్ దే ఆర్ టెస్టింగ్ డిఫరెంట్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ.
For production purpose. Okay.
ప్రొడక్షన్
Understood.
పర్పస్.
Okay.
బిఫోర్ మూవ్ ఆన్ టు ప్రొడక్షన్ I want to check whether my code is properly working or not. Everything working
Yeah.
fine or not.
Yes.
Okay. So finally we are going to deploy production. Production means this is a live. For example, these testers not tested properly. They accepted. They given a UAT approval. Simply I move on to stage also. And stage also they tested something and they are telling like, hey, everything working fine. So as a DevOps engineer, I deployed same code into production environment. Now production environment end users are using. The end user enter the Aadhaar card number. By mistake they enter wrong Aadhaar card number. Okay, 13 digit Aadhaar card number. They identified. Okay, now it is throwing some error message. It is accepting, but in DB it won't allow. In DB also they are maintaining a 12 digit number only, right? It is not accepting. They are getting some error message. Again, it will come to development phase. Hey, who tested this scenario? Who developed this scenario? Why it is production not working? What you tested? What is the problem? So this is big escalation in real time. Now got it, right? So that is the reason before move on to production environment, we are testing different environments whether that field is properly working or not.
Okay.
Now got it? Not only that field, in real time what is happening, same situation, same process. If it is not properly working means, so again the manager will ask, again higher authority will ask, hey, what you implemented? What is the problem? Why it is working in test environment? Why that field is not working in production environment? What is the issue? Again we need to digging. Again we need to check the logs. What is happening? Which version we are using here? Which version we are using here? So this is a lot of right, a lot of steps involved in backend. So those and all we can understand slowly. And this is the high level overview, how it will work in real time. I hope now got it right.
Yes, sir.
Anyone, any doubt as of now? Clear, guys? What, Ramesh?
Clear.
Okay. So these are the high level. And so based on this, in real time also, we are following same process. We are following. But here I highlighted only three environments. But if we come to real time, we can see different environments. So few more environments also. But we are new, right? So that is the reason I only main environments I highlighted here. Development environment, next test environment, the next stage environment, or someone we are calling pre-production also. We are calling pre-production also. So don't confuse here.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Can you
Yes.
explain again, sir? Box లో ఉండే sir explain చేస్తారా?
So now this is the code, right? Source code. This is our project code. మన కోడ్ ఎక్కడ ఉంది? ఇక్కడ ఉంది రిపాజిటరీ. జస్ట్ లీవ్ ఇట్. వాట్ ఈస్ రిపాజిటరీ? రిపాజిటరీ నథింగ్ బట్ దిస్ ఈస్ ద వన్ కామన్ ప్లేస్ టు కీప్ అవర్ project code and all. So this is accessible for all resources, organization level. Whoever have access this repository, they can use this code. Now just assume, so developer develop the code. In real time ఏం చేస్తారు డెవలపర్లో? They develop the some code, piece of code, right? Daily. Once the development is done, once the development is done, and so we want to test the code. The testers means they will test the code, and so they will write some automation test cases also. They are doing different scenario. We will see later. Just assume. So this is the project. There is a two developers and two testers. I am the DevOps engineer. All are working same project only. So all are working same project only here. Now developer develop the code. Once a development is done, once the development is done, who will take care? I want to deploy this code to development environment, and we need to deploy testing environment. And once their testing is done, we want to move same production environment. Once here also done, so we need to move so production also, pre-production, production. So as a developer, they won't give access this all environment in real time. As a tester, so they won't give access here also. But who will take care these steps and all? Who will move code from one environment to another environment? So as a DevOps engineer, and you are the responsible, you are the owner, you are the admin. Now we have all environment access. Now see here, once the development is done, I am going to move the same code to I am going to deploy development environment. Once here everything working fine for testing purpose, as a DevOps engineer, I am going to deploy the testing environment. This is also one server. This is also one server, guys. Don't confuse here. Now got it? Once this UAT, once they approved, and same thing I move on to staging. This is also one server, but this is the main server. Production is nothing but live. Production is nothing but live. End users accessing, end users using our application, our product. Now clear? Anyone any doubt here? For example, Flipkart. So this is the live, right? Many people hitting this URL. So this is the which environment? This is the testing or development or stage or production.
The
This is a
production
production
environment.
only. Production means end users. We are using we are using so that product. Before if they updated anything, directly they are updating production environment, or so there is some process. Don't update directly here. They won't deploy anything directly here. మళ్ళీ డౌట్ మనకి, సార్ డైరెక్ట్లీ ఇక్కడే చేసేయచ్చు కదా, ఇన్ని ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్స్ ఎందుకే? Now got it right? Now we have doubt. Why developer develop the code? Directly they can develop here, right? For example, I developed one scenario directly production environment, but that is not working fine. Now see here. Now, so they updated something. I log into this user. I log in, or I think I'm go to here. I go to cart. So it is asking, right? Now it is sending OTP. Now see here. So they updated a OTP. Now we are getting OTP. Now directly they implemented here. The OTP it is not sending to customer. Now business loss or what is the problem here? Now guess it. Now directly I implemented scenario production environment, but unfortunately it is not working. Now all users problem are only one user.
All users problem only.
All user problem, business loss, right? So that is the reason. So before implementing, before deploying production, so they are going to implement, they are testing different areas. All areas it is working fine. So then only they are going to deploy here. Now got it? So that is the reason real time. So directly we won't deploy directly in production environment. If something goes wrong means entire business loss, right? If one day if 1 hour business మనకి వర్క్ కాలేదనుకో, how many people hitting this URL? Now just assume ఫ్లిప్కార్ట్ URL. నేనేదో వాళ్ళైతే మాడిఫై చేశారు డైరెక్ట్ ప్రొడక్షన్లో, దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ వర్కింగ్ ప్రాపర్లీ. సో బిజినెస్ లాస్ కదా. క్లియర్? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, that is the reason what before deploying to production environment, first we are deploying development and we are testing some mock testing and all, and so finally we are move on to testing phase. Testing means the testers will check, hey, just assume OTP it is sending properly or not. They will check the different ways. They will check different ways whether it is working or not. And same code we are move on to pre-production. Here also we are checking same functionality. If everywhere it is working fine, finally we are going to deploy the production environment. That is the reason here zero error code. Simply we are calling here zero error code. అంటే ఇక్కడ mostly here there is no issues. Here there is no issues. Everything working fine. So the business right going well. There is no problem. If something not working means definitely obviously they are getting some loss, right? Business loss. So that is the reason whatever they want to update, whatever they want to enhance. So first this is the flow. First they are developing and they are testing and again they are retesting and everything working fine. Finally they are move on to same piece of code to production environment. Now clear guys?
Sir,
Yes. So these are the high level only, but anyway coming classes we can understand, so we can know more about so what is DevOps and all. Now already know. So now if clear means let's move on to what is DevOps and all, how it will work. Clear guys? So, I'm saving somewhere. Terraform. JP is already JP is there. Okay, I saved. Okay. Now let's come to here. So what is DevOps? Right? So DevOps is not a particular tool. DevOps is not a particular technology. So DevOps, here simply if you want to understand, DevOps is nothing but a development and operation team. Or so if you want to know technical, if you want to understand, DevOps is nothing but this is one type of methodology. Software, this is the software development so methodology. Software development methodology. And so with the help of right, we can complete your software, you can complete your SFD, software development life cycle. Software development life cycle. Now, so already last class also we seen, right? So now if you want to, what are the advantages, main advantages? So what are the main advantages of DevOps? Anyway, we'll discuss later. Just I'm giving some overview. So main advantages. So what is next? One is not faster, right? So faster, okay. faster and better product delivery. Suppose so earlier diagram we seen, right? So if there is no DevOps engineer, and so everything if you want to handle developer, so there is a one methodology is there, waterfall methodology, and so agile methodology. So anyway, next class we will see what is waterfall methodology and all. We'll see. This is a faster and better product delivery. So customers, right? I want to deploy. I want to give my product to customers within date and time. That is faster way. I don't want to delay within the period. And also, right? So suppose if anything goes wrong, for example, I deployed something, and there is some issue, and we can easily find that issue, and we can easily resolve that issue also. This is also faster issue resolution. Mm. This is also one more thing. If something goes wrong, suppose if you don't have any DevOps, if you are not following these DevOps rules and regulations, that is very difficult to handle. And also, right, better resource utilization. Resource utilization. Now, so for example, so utilization, right? As a DevOps engineer, right? So we can implement some automation scripts, automation, automation part. Manually, we can do some, right? A job configuration. We can deploy one place to another place, different place. So those and all we can do manually also, and also, right? So we can implement some automation part, and we automatically once development is done, automatically I want to deploy the stage, automatically I want to deploy the production also. So this and also we can so implement. And one more thing is so that is a new innovation, new things, different ways we can implement. See here, right? What is innovation? That is which means new approach new approach. If you want to implement a new process, project specific, hey, for this project I want to implement the deployment process like this, you can implement your own process, you can implement your own process, you can implement your own process. And also, right, so we can stable environment, right, as of now, there is like production environment, staging environment, there is different, that is nothing but stable operating system environment, that is environments. So whether we can implement so Windows, or whether we can implement Linux, or whether we can implement Mac, wherever we want, we can maintain. There is different environments we are maintaining. So these are the some of the main advantage of so DevOps. So let me show you how it will work so quickly. Mm, not here. Already explained. So anyway, we'll see here how it will work. Already we know, right? So DevOps is nothing but these are the multiple tools. So there is some testing tools, and we have some build tools, and we are going to integrate some code tools, and planning tools, some of deployment tools, some of operation tools, some of monitoring tools. But these all are some of the basic and real time. Mostly we are going to work with a few tools only. We are not going to work with all tools. So these are the simple. Now we see here what is DevOps. So DevOps is nothing but it is not a tool or not a single technology. This is like one approach, and this is like one culture that makes better things if you want to complete your software development life cycle. So in interview also many people asked, and also they are asking. So what is DevOps and why you go for DevOps? They are asking. Okay, if you 2 years or 3 years, 1 year means so 100% they are asking. So what is DevOps and why you go for DevOps and what is the advantage of DevOps? So DevOps is nothing but this is already right. This is like one culture or this is like one software development methodology. This is the one type of methodology or this is the one type of culture and set of process that brings development team and operation team together to complete your software development life cycle. Now, so previous image already we seen, right? So if we come to here, now if we come to not this one, now if we come to here, now if we come to here these are the developers and these are the testers and I am the DevOps engineer. So there is no developer. What is your role, DevOps engineer? There is no work, right? For example, so there is no developer and no testers. What we will do? We are not going to do anything. So for example, these are the developers. There is no testers. How can I test it? So that is the meaning here. See here, development, DevOps is nothing but a development and operation team. So development and operation team. So development brings a development team plus operation team with the help of. So with the here there is no developer means there is no project. No testers means we cannot test it. So with the help of all developers, with the help of developer and with the help of tester and with the help of DevOps engineer, we are going to complete our software development life cycle. This is like one methodology, software development methodology. And with the help of this methodology, this is like one culture. So development team with the help of operation team. So we'll both together and we are going to complete your entire software development life cycle. We are going to deploy your entire end-to-end product, end-to-end, so right, so configuration. So without developer, tester, they can't do anything. There is no code, right? What we will do? We can't do anything. Okay, I implemented, they implemented the project. They implemented entire project. They implemented entire project. And how can I test it without testing? If there is no tester means we cannot test. Okay, so we develop a code and we tested the code. Who will deploy this code different environments? Now got it, right? So with the help of operation team, with the help of development team, so we are going to deploy different environments. So we are going to deploy different environments. Now got it, guys. So that is the here. So we are highlighting here. See here. So DevOps is nothing but this is the culture and set of process that brings the development team and operation team together to complete your software development life cycle. So all are mandatory. So developers also mandatory, testers also mandatory, DevOps engineers also mandatory. With the help of this all teams together, with the help of development, with the help of testing, and with the help of a DevOps engineer, we are going to deploy our product. We are deliver your product to your end user customers. So both team together to entire SFDFC software development life cycle to ensure quality of your product and ability product to work in different environments. So we want to make sure that we need to make sure that right we have to implement. We need to test all environments and in all environments we need to check whether this functionality, this flow, this product is working fine or not. There is a lot of tools available in market. With the help of this all these tools, we are going to automate this entire project life cycle, the entire project life cycle, the entire project life cycle. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So anyway, so these are the so some basic and so next class I will show you what is the advantages and what is the life cycle and what are the life cycle, what are the models we are following, and next class we'll see. So
Yes,
anyone,
sir.
any doubt as of now? Clear, guys? So these are the main in real time we are following. So these are the this is the approach and these are the we are following and this is a high level only. And so in between, right, there is a multiple environments involved and we need to do lot of steps and we need to implement a lot of things in between. And finally, we are going to deploy our product. Finally, we are going to deploy in production environment. If you want to deploy directly production environment, so we need to follow these are the steps. Not only this, there is many steps we involve here, and slowly we can learn all these steps how it will work. But anyway, we are in initial phase, right? So just try to understand terminology, try to digest the new words. So people don't know, right? What is a development environment? What is test environment? What is production? What is a repository? What is local repository? And what is Jenkins? These are the new, right? New words. So slowly we can understand. First, try to understand. Okay, these are all new words and all. And anyway, slowly we can so understand the entire flow, the entire process with all tools, exactly where all these tools fit in IT industry, and why you go for these tools and all. What is the advantages? Clear?
Clear, sir.
Okay. So that's it from my side today. And so tomorrow I will explain more on this. And so if you have any doubt, we can ask, or else we will wind up. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So thanks everyone. Bye. We'll connect tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Video